So the postseason is coming right around the corner. The World Series is here now. And as soon as the World Series ends, we've got stuff right off the bat, okay? You've got the trading period. What I mean by that, the day after the World Series ends, teams can start making trades. The day after. Okay, then you have the first 5 days. That's the exclusive window for teams to negotiate and re-sign their own free agents. And then after that, it's a free-for-all. Teams can sign any free agent they want from other teams. So this stuff's coming right around the corner. And it's time for Hal to put on the big boy pants and make some decisions. Let's talk about it. By the way, shout out to everybody here. Hope you're all doing well. Hope you had a great weekend. So it's time for some decisive, bold decision-making from Hal. Okay. And yes, it's easier said than done. Yes, he's not going to be on the same page as Cashman and everybody else. And who knows what they're going to do in terms of the front office. And, they already need a new hitting coach. They could need a new bench coach too. So there's some other moves that need to be made with and then on top of that, we have players that need to be signed, players that might need to be traded too. So it's time for some bold decision making for Hal. And if I'm him, I'm going to say, F this, I'm overruling Cashman and everybody else. And what do I mean by that? Well, his name's been dragged through the mud repeatedly this whole entire offseason. Yes, he's supposed to face the fans in his postseason audit, and we don't know what to expect. But do we actually expect him to say what he's planning, exactly break down what he's planning on doing? They never do that. So let's not live in this fantasy land, okay? But that being said, I don't give a damn what Hal says. I give a damn about what he does. I don't give a damn what Cashman says or Boone says. I give a damn what they do. And their moves have left, a lot to be desired. So, which is why I'm sick. And the fact is, Hal's keeping Cashman and Boone. So let's move that to the side now. It's time for Hal, my opinion, again, to put on the big boy pants and overrule people. I would specifically task people with certain duties. I would specifically task Cashman with overhauling analytics. Get some better people in there, okay? Get better brain trust in there. Figure out a way to not only effectively utilize it, but effectively communicate it to the players, okay? And I've talked about this, which is why having the right person at hitting coach and making sure that person's also on the same page with analytics, who needs to be open-minded and flexible and adaptable, just like a hitting coach needs to be. That's important too. And then whatever the bench coach is too. But again, I'm tasking Cashman with this. Overhauling analytics, overhauling potentially the training staff too. Your players get hurt way the hell too much. Period. Okay? You need to get somebody in here and medical staff that are going to keep their athletes healthy. Flexibility, strength training, whatever you need to do to improve it, you do it. Okay? And while we're doing that, I'm going to handle the spending. Okay? Do I want to make trades? Yes. Do I want to bring in big guys in free agency? Yes. I don't want my name dragged through the mud anymore. But the fact is, we're the Yankees. We're like the Goldman Sachs of baseball. It's time to act like the Yankees. Okay, we haven't done it in a while. Yeah, we got the big price here, the big price there on occasion, Garrett Cole and this, that. Great. But the fact is, we've gotten to the point where we've had subpar trades, basically ignoring or not being aggressive enough with players who could be perfect fits here in free agency, not getting those guys. So it's happened far too long. And if I'm Hal and I'm still keeping the people who are doing that or not doing that, then I need to step up here and do something. Okay. Otherwise I'm going to look like an idiot again. So I'm going to take the reins here and handle the spending. So do I want to go out and get Yoshinobu Yamamoto? Yeah. He's the top free agent pitcher. Okay. I think he's going to come with a higher ceiling than Aaron Nola and Blake Snell and all of them. Yeah, and he's Japanese. So there's an adjustment period, yes, from MLB to Japan. But the fact is, the gap from MLB to Japan is not as it was before. It's not as big. These guys win the World Baseball Classic almost every time now, okay? And they translate pretty well here, even with an adjustment period. So, and what do I mean by that? You get a mid-2, high-2, low-3 ERA from Yamamoto, you're in good shape. You add that with a consistent innings pitched, okay, and surround him with a better starting rotation and a better team, then he can adjust a little bit easier. Okay. And you expect a better year from Rodon, which I do. I've said that repeatedly. You're in better shape. And depending on what you do on the back end of the rotation is what you do in the back end of the rotation. But get that man here. If I'm Hal, I'm getting that man here. I'm gonna be here like this. Day one of free agency, just like I was at CC Sabathia. We were at his door. We knocked on his door. Day one of minute one of free agency, midnight. We were there. I don't care where he lives. Guam, Japan, Cuba. I don't care where he is. I'm going where he is. Day one of free agency. And I want to bring him here. Okay? That's mission one. And obviously, we're talking about, and again, understanding too that not everything's like not every player is going to be acquired. Not everybody's going to be signed, but certain signings open up room for trades. You bring in an infielder, right? It opens up trades, possibilities for Gleyber Torres, who can also address relief pitching. Like you can move some pieces around and address other pieces in a way where you also clear payroll while adding payroll. And we've got the non-tender deadline coming up. We've got the GM meetings coming soon. We've got the option deadline. All these things we've gone over in the winter meetings too. This is going to happen immediately after the World Series. So it's going to be one after the other, after the other, after the other. So they have to be bold and decisive and on point with the moves that they want to make. And again, I don't need you to tell us every day, which I just need you to do it. Okay, I don't care what you say. I care what you do. And I would imagine a lot of the other fans do too. So we want something to be excited about. We want something to be able to talk about. I want to be able to relay this. Okay. And baseball fans, I'm going to do this. Okay. No matter what happens in free agency, I'm going to give you every move, whether it's Yankees or not. As it comes in, you'll be one of the first people to get it. So if you haven't hit that red subscribe button, just make sure you do that. Okay. Just hit that, hit the notification bell, your partners in crime. That makes sure that you get the accurate info and you're one of the first people to get it. I will handle the rest. I thank you for both. But again, let me know what you think of this. Do you agree? Do you disagree? It's still cool on one way or the other. But if I'm Hal, I'm tasking people with certain things and I'm handling the spending this offseason. I want the guys here. I want the right guys in here. We have multiple holes. We cannot fill them with one player. Okay. And again, we're not going to sign and trade for every single player. We're not going to get Ohtani, Soto, and Yamamoto, and Bellinger. Like the likeliness of that happening is zero. Okay. I'd be shocked. I'd be floored. I'd probably faint if that happened. But we don't need Ohtani anyway. But fact is, all those other players we've talked about repeatedly over the last couple of weeks, we need. And what's the path to getting them? I think it's Hal being decisive here and bold and tasking, delegating this authority, delegating the jobs out and saying, this is my freaking team. Okay, this is my money. It's our money. I'll talk to my partners. And again, this is what we got to do. And there's nothing, and I don't know how many times I said this, there's nothing more profitable than winning a championship in New York, going deep into the playoffs in New York. You get more money coming in. You get the Japanese player, you get the top player from Japan. That's going to translate into boatloads of money too, especially over the first 2 years. Okay, and if he pitches well, it's going to be a never-ending stream of money. So, and then we've gotten some other guys. We've gotten Hiroki Kuroda. He's been fantastic. We've gotten Tanaka. He's been fantastic. So I would expect Yamamoto to be just as incredible, just as good as these guys. And he'll be surrounded by a better cast too. So that's the one thing I think Hal needs to do. And just repeat after me. F this, I'm overruling Cashman. F this, I'm overruling everybody. I'm handling the spending. Okay? Now, will he do it? I have no idea. But I think that would be the best case scenario for us as fans who want our team, our Yankees, to be better. I think that's what needs to happen. Because he's clearly hasn't been on the same page with Cashman in terms of spending. They've had subpar trades. They've had subpar this, subpar that. It's time to step it up. It's time to take it to the next level. Okay? It's time to make things happen. Not only for you guys, but for the fans who put money in your pockets every single day. Lots of them. Okay? Lots of dollars in your pockets. So Let's talk about this, gang. See you now.